Hello, my name is quandt. I'm one of the co-authors of the paper on social relations and cyberbullying in the first issue of Human Communication Research in 2013. As I said, I'm just one of the co-authors. The other co-author is festl. Ruth is actually standing there. This is Ruth. And as you may have realized from the quality of this video, we're actually doing it with a mobile phone, which I'm actually holding at the moment. And so that I can tell you a bit more about the study, I hand it over to Ruth now. So I give her the mobile phone. So, okay, this is not too professional, but hopefully it's still okay for you. And I will tell you a bit about our study, what makes it special, what the initial idea of the study was, and then I will tell you a bit about the difficulties and sometimes funny stories behind research. For us, they were at least funny. So what about the study? The study is actually looking at cyberbullying and tries to explain cyberbullying via personal factors or psychological factors on the one hand and structural factors on the other hand. If you look at the literature of cyberbullying, you can see that most of the studies out there choose one route. They do the psychological thing, or they look at structural attributes like school level influence of the type of class structure that you have. And we try to actually combine that using also some kind of methodological innovations by using actually network analysis, which we combined with the psychological data. So basically we have the psychological data for each node in the school network. Each node means each pupil. What makes such research difficult is that you actually work with schools, and as we wanted to control the survey, we didn't do it online, but we did it with paper and pencil surveys. We went to the schools, handed it out to the pupils, they filled it out in the school. So it's very traditional in that sense. And this makes it really difficult because you have tons of questionnaires that you have to carry to schools. And what's also difficult, if you work together with schools and pupils, you have to make damn sure that the data stays anonymous. So the anonymization procedure was very important for us as well, but also made it difficult because we had to separate the friendship information that the pupils gave us from the psychological information and the individual information that we had. So that data was only combined after a full anonymization procedure because the pupils actually gave us the names of their friends, basically. We're planning for a follow-up study at the moment, which is much larger. We're planning with 30 to 40 schools now, and we're expecting to have more than 8,000 students in that study. It was important to do that because we learned from the first study that you can read in Human Communication Research that if we want to control structural attributes or school-level information, we need more schools. And for that study, it was really important for us to get actually approval by the Ministry of Education. We had to go to the Ministry of Education and ask them whether it's okay to do this study. We got the approval, and now we're actually in the field with that study. So we already did test it in 7 schools, and we are in the field now with the 30 plus schools that we have in the follow-up. And as you can see, that produces a lot of paperwork. These are the questionnaires, and on the other side you can see one of our students' assistants actually working with the questionnaires and preparing them for the schools, and that is really a tough job, I can tell you, to carry all that stuff to the schools, prepare thousands of questionnaires and scan them later on. We have one of the scanners here. We need multiple scanners for that work. So these are some of the difficulties that you have there. Fun stories, well, basically if you work together with real people in schools, you get all kinds of phone calls from parents, from teachers and so on. And sometimes they're quite funny, but I cannot really tell you about that because, again, that has to stay anonymous. But in principle, you had also problems with, for example, with the names that the pupils gave us of their friends. Sometimes they gave them nicknames, and they say, "Oh, my friend is Superman 4, and he's in the 7th grade." And then you have to find out actually who Superman 4 is. So these are some of the difficulties, but also sometimes funny things that happen when you do school research. It's a very fascinating topic, we think. We want to continue with that, and yeah. some of that data will be finished this year. We do it as a panel study, so we hope that we can present some of it this year or next year at one of the conferences, and see you there.